All right, man. Torture Talk. Like, share, subscribe to the page. All right, so today I want to review. I usually don't do reviews when it comes to shows and series, but there's this one episode on the new season of Insecure on HBO Max. Make sure y'all go check that out. And it's an episode where Lawrence. Before I get into that, make sure you like, share, subscribe to the page. Hit the thumbs up button if you like the content. If you don't, hit the thumbs down. YouTube is not paying me, so I do what I want. All right, so in episode 3, I think it's season 5, episode 3, Insecure. This is about Lawrence and him being a father for the first time, and he is sharing a child with the girl who he was messing with. And before he got back with Issa, he told her what's in it. Now let's just keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real. The girl he was messing with before, he kind of did her dirty because she liked him and she was successful and she, he was into her. But I think that his love for Issa kind of overtook him and he went back to Issa. Come to find out that Issa doesn't even want to be with him no more, because it was just she knew that he was messing with somebody else, so she just wanted to control the narrative, and she ended up basically leaving the door open for him to come back, just for her to tell him that she don't want nothing. And girls do that. A lot of times girls do this. They have this thing with them where they have to control the feelings in the narrative. And if they get what they want and how they want it, then basically they'll leave you out to dry. And I think that that's what she did. Now, if Lawrence would have played hard to get, or Lawrence would have kept sneaking around and doing it, she would have, what's her name? Now, she was upset when she found out that Lawrence was messing with the other girl. You know what I'm saying? And she was hurt when she found out that he was got her pregnant. Now, he was honest about it. He came to her and told her. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, of course he's going to be there for us. Now, where I disagree with in this show is, and I understand the whole dynamic about it, because I think that sometimes when you overdo things, people tend to catch on to certain things when you overdo it. And I think that the perfect balance sometimes isn't the perfect balance. Sometimes you have to overdo it, because you might get 10 people, and out of those 10 people, only 3 get the perfect balance, but the majority of people do get the overdoing it part. So, mothers do this and fathers do that. Where I disagree with that, and I'm one of those 3 people, I should say. Where I disagree with that is, a lot of times this doesn't happen when it comes to fathers and mothers, right? Where the mother is so possessive, and it makes it look like the father is the villain and he doesn't know what he's doing and where he's been and nothing. And she's just so much of a mother. Now, this is her first child too. So what I don't understand about this whole episode, and it kind of like aggravates me a little bit. Now, don't get me wrong. Even though I'm aggravated by it, I still think it's a masterful way of doing an episode. It's classic. It's kind of like, to me, it reminds me of Knocked Up, when he was arguing with her about it. You know what I'm saying? I understand. But my thing is, why is it that always the men always seem like they don't know what they're doing when it comes to parenting, but the mother, who's a mother for the first time, just like him, she knows what to do. That's my biggest problem with shows that does things like that. They always depict the man to be this stupid brute, or this stupid man, or this dumb man who don't know nothing, and he's just a man. He doesn't know anything. And not knowing that for countless years and years and years and years, we all have been raised, and a good percentage of us have been raised by our mothers, but a good percentage of us has been raised by our mothers and fathers. And from my understanding, I think Lawrence was raised by both parents. So if Lawrence is raised by both parents, how is it that you make him out to be the cynical? I ain't gonna use the word cynical. You make the mother out to be cynical, but Lawrence out to be the reason for her being cynical. It's like, oh no, I think you should, the baby's sick. I think you should, any arguing over stuff that really doesn't need to be argued over. And again, that could be debated because certain things can be argued over. But why is it that Lawrence have to be this stupid guy? How come Lawrence couldn't have been this guy who was in control of it and she was the one that was out of control? Because that does happen. There's a good percentage of men who are in control of their parenting. I don't understand how she does it so masterfully in this episode. Now, there's some parts in there where she looks like she's stressing. And I get it. But not one time did she call Lawrence and say, hey, listen, I'm really stressed out. Can you help me? It's like there was no basis for them to make him out to be the villain. He wasn't the type of guy who wasn't there for his kid. Now, if you could say, oh, well, he told her he didn't want to be with her no more, and she's using that as a resentment against him, then just say that. Put that out there, because obviously you didn't put that out there. You basically made it seem like she was okay with it and she moved on and figured that he didn't want to be a father to his child. How did you come to that conclusion that this man didn't want to be a father to his child? Where did you get that from? That's the part that's losing me. What, because he was with another woman? There's a lot of men with other women, but they're still what's the name with their children. It only leads me to believe that this girl had an issue with him being with someone else, even though she knew that they were together already. And I'm sure that he told her in one of those episodes, I think he said that he was still in love with her or something like that. So how are you making it out to be him out to be the villain? That's what I don't understand. My thing is, in shows like this, what really kills me is it's always have to be a fall guy. It doesn't always have to be a fall guy. Find another way to write it. I don't understand why it always has to be a fall guy. Oh yeah, well, Lawrence is going to be the fall guy in this episode. Why not just say, you know what, Lawrence is not going to be the fall guy. He's going to be the dad, that most people want. And how about realistically, this does happen too, when a father is actually a great father and the mother don't like that. Now, people might look at me strange when I say that, but there's a lot of women who literally go against the father being a good father because they don't want that happiness. They are very jealous and very upset that the father is in a great space. That does happen. Why not write it like that? That's something different. Now, without making her seem like she's this bitter person. You know what I'm saying? But again, we're dealing with a show where you kind of got to overhype things, and I get it. But for me, as one of those three people, I see something different. And I think that Lawrence being portrayed as this guy who doesn't have time for his child and all this stuff. This guy's taking flights back and forth, flying to see his kid. He's doing whatever he has to do. But for some reason, she doesn't seem to understand his side as a man. It's like women, to me, like this, they crack me up because they always saying they want a man to be this, they want a man to be that, they want a man to do this. But then when the man does it, he doesn't do it the way she think he should do it. Because if he does it the way she want him to do it, then that's the way it's supposed to be done. It's like, she said, oh, you're not here with me. You're not up every night. Listen, you chose that. You chose that because obviously you could have said, hey, listen, we're going to split this. We're going to split it up and have the baby. You have the baby these days. I have the baby these days. And this guy clearly said, Don't put me in that category. I want to be there for my child. I'm going to be there for my child. Why you didn't tell me? He's clearly trying to be in a child's life. But you making it seem like he's a stranger. That's the part that bothers me about this episode. Y'all making him seem like he's a stranger. He had to find out through text message that his baby was born. How is it that it's his fault, if anything? How is that anything? How is that his fault? I think when she told him that she was pregnant, he said he's going to be there for his baby. And what happened? This is what I'm saying. So I think that this is one of the best shows that I ever seen as far as when it comes to relationships and dealing with certain things. I do think that, again, they do overhype stuff because they want to catch people who really ain't in tune so well. And I appreciate it. And I think that moving forward, I'm going to watch the rest of the episodes. But I had to speak on that one because I thought that stood out. Very good episode. Excellent episode. I will give it a 10 out of 10. Even though, like I said, I can always look at things from a different lens and still say, how great it is. But I had to give some criticism of it. So, Torture Talk. Like, share, subscribe to the page. You know what it is.